One of the most important academic skills you can learn as a writer is blending quotations into your own writing. When you quote another writer's words, it's best to introduce or provide context for that quotation. Quotations that are improperly introduced or stand alone like orphan sentences are quite jarring to the reader. Poor blending leaves the reader wondering what the quotation is doing in your work and what it is supposed to prove or illustrate. Good blending, on the other hand, shows that you are in control of other people's arguments and that you have thoughtfully and logically considered the transition between sentences. Let's start with a quotation that we wish to use in an essay about smoking. The rate of secondhand smoke in public gathering places, like bars and restaurants, is 3 times the rate of private residences. Now, there are 3 general approaches we can employ in order to blend this quotation into our writing. The first approach is to introduce a quotation like the following. In this case, you are announcing a quotation, and a full colon is most appropriate. A colon is often used if you're quoting a full sentence, and is the best alternative to deploying a quotation as a standalone sentence. As I mentioned earlier, we should avoid plunking down a quotation and letting it stand by itself. Also note that if we used a comma in this example, we would create a comma splice. This we must avoid, as grammar rules apply to any sentence, including those with quotations. A second method for blending is to treat the quotation like dialogue and introduce the author beforehand. The verb writes, or says if it is spoken aloud, concludes a subordinate introductory clause. This creates a natural pause that requires a comma. Other common verbs for this sort of clause include notes, observes, argues, and maintains. The third technique for blending is incorporating the quotation directly into your own sentence. In this example, the original capital T is replaced by a lowercase t to ensure that the quotation is completely blended in to your own sentence. The brackets alert the reader to a modification that respects the rules of capitalization. In this technique, the words that and as are commonly used before the quotation. Another version of this method is paraphrasing part of the quotation and just using a small portion of the original wording. As we can see, the small portion of quotation is used as if it were part of your own sentence. Like sentence length, it's best to use a variety of blending approaches, but this is the method that I use the most. It's also highly recommended for university essays. So don't be afraid of quotations. Blended properly, they will enhance your writing and provide credibility to any explanation or argument you wish to write. Good luck.